What is up, you guys? It is K-Swan with Road Rash Off-Road, and you guys, today we are going to talk a little bit about storage. Now, if you're like me, the back of your rig has toolboxes and recovery gear all over the place that we have it semi-organized, but during Christmas, my wife had gotten me these roll cage storage compartments here. We're going to check these out. I'm going to install them on my roll cage here. One probably for tools, the other for accessories and also for recovery gear. And I'm going to see how well these hold up and if I can store everything that I need to with regards to my rig in these bags. Let's go back to the garage and get these put in. First thing we're going to do is jump back here, pull out all of our recovery boxes and our tool kits, kind of lay them all out, get all the tools cleaned up. You know how those things get nasty after a while, so let's take some time, clean it all up. We'll lay it out, see what we got, and see how we're going to fit it in those roll cage bags. So one of the things I'm most excited about with this project is being able to organize and compartmentalize a lot of the items that are in my recovery box. If you were to look in this box now, there's items thrown everywhere. There's no organization to any of this. So it kind of gets difficult finding things. By taking the roll cage bag that has compartments, pockets, molly panels, I'm able to kind of take these pieces and put them in very specific places that are easy to get. Let's dive in this box. Here we got breakdown shovel, just a tiny little one. This is pump for my tires, so I can air up my tires. Just some little information on the Jeep. This actually came with the Jeep. Little funnel, refilling gas and fuel. This is my air down kit by Rhino USA. Bungee straps just thrown everywhere. Look at all these bungee straps. More bungee straps. We've got a tree saver here. Another tree saver, which I've actually never used because I just used that one. This is another tire gauge kit. Tire repair kit, Smittybilt. More bungee straps. You see how I'm telling you, this is all so unorganized. I've got an awful lot of these little wrench straps all here. They just need to be folded up, put in a very specific place. New light bulbs. That should probably go in another bag. Jumper cables. More tree saver, toe strap. Just some steel cable. Random tie rope. Some Velcro. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about getting all of this organized nice and neat inside of the roll cage bag. I'm just going to take a second, just kind of organize things, move things into separate piles so that I know how to lay them out inside of my roll cage bag. Cool. Let's start cleaning things up, see how we're going to organize it in our bag. So I just popped in my garage and I found my electrical kit here that I'm actually going to include with my recovery gear, which has a lot of zip ties, wires. Where I have some more Velcro strips, more zip ties, some duct tape. So I'm going to add all of this also to my recovery pack here in some of the smaller panels. So all in all, it's actually fitting pretty nice, but it's packing out pretty quick. It's getting full. So I put my gloves up here, flashlight here, some Velcro, got my duct tape strapped here. In this top pocket right here is where I've got all of my zip ties in here. This zipper here has all of my tire deflators, tire repair kits, all in here. And then what's nice is the side of it actually has two side pockets, an upper pocket and a lower pocket down here. So my upper pocket up here has my tire pump here, and then all of my tree saver and recovery straps down here in the bottom. So it is all fitting pretty nicely, but you can tell this thing is pretty packed out. Now the cool thing about this bag is once you clip it on here, you could actually pull it off, and it's got this great shoulder strap right here that you can strap it over your shoulder if you needed to take it out and bring it into your camp for any reason. Let's get this thing in the Jeep. We're gonna let our seat down, and then it's got these clips here that go, these top three go over the top of the roll cage here, and then it's got the back three that go around the back of the roll cage. Now we're going to fit it on the back side near the window so that we're not obstructing this seat belt. And this bag is quite full, quite heavy after you get it loaded. Tighten these straps down, pull it nice and tight to the roll cage. There you go. Now let's see how this holds up for a little bit. See if it's gonna work for us. It's kind of got my seatbelt pinched a little bit. We'll have to do a workaround for that. So now we're going to pop into my toolbox real quick and start separating those things out. But when we come in here, we're going to actually spend a little time, try to clean some of that up. You know how your tools just after a while just get all nasty and greasy, and you know, if we're starting over fresh, we're going to put things all into a nice little cool little compartment. Let's start good with some clean tools. Let's get in there. So we're going to come in here. Some of the things I keep in here, my socket set, keep a couple of things of gear oil, another ratchet. These are a lot of extensions that I have for my ratchet set, some wire cutters, and then I've got my wire cutters here. Persuasion stick, that's what we call this. And then another one and another one. I don't think I need three of them in here. I keep my Torx wrench in here. Another socket set of larger sockets. And then my wrenches actually fell out of their case. So these are what is like really nasty. Your good old trusty adjustable. Another plier set. Let's get all this kind of cleaned up, separated out, and ready to put in our bag. All right, so I got them all cleaned up, all separated out into their respected categories, from my sockets to my screwdrivers to my pliers, Torx wrench. Now let's find a home for them in our roll bar bag. So this is working out really well. It is packing full just like my other bag, but up here I've got all of my Torx here, some extra bolts, extra nuts here, some small little duct tape and electrical tape here, all of my wrenches in here. In these pockets I've got some sealant here, ratchet set, yeah, so it's all working out pretty well. And so I'm going to go ahead and install this before I put this stuff into this big pocket, but I'm going to end up putting my socket set into here, and then also hammer and my Torx wrench in the bottom part. Let's get this installed. So this one is obviously quite a bit heavier than the recovery bag, but we are going to make it work. Let's start by hanging up the top like we did before. And there you go. Let's put our socket set in and we'll be done with this. All done. Let's live with it for a little bit, see how we like it. Just in a couple of hours, we were able to condense both of these boxes into 2 roll bar bags in the back of the Jeep. Previously, I would keep these 2 stacked in the back of the Jeep at all times, my recovery kit and my tool kit. But look how much room that I have saved in the back of the Jeep now. And now when I do my overlanding trips, I've got 2 extra boxes that I could pack with all kinds of good stuff for my camping trips. So let's take a look at it in the back real quick. I'll let you guys know, I'll do a follow-up and let you guys know how I think about riding with this, if it's clanking around all over the place, or how I like it in the back of the Jeep. So I've got all of this clear room right now other than my umbrella and a blanket, but you can see those 2 boxes now got condensed in tool bag here, recovery bag here. Those 2 boxes that took up this whole space is now here and here. You guys, that is going to be so awesome. I wanted to jump in the back of the Jeep and give you guys an update on my storage bags. If you guys remember, one of the main reasons why I installed these storage bags is really just to clear up a lot of storage space in the back of the Jeep, moving all of my tools to one side here and then all of my recovery gear to the other side over here. For that purpose and that purpose alone, it works perfect. It did everything. Everything that I need for tools off-road fits in this bag. My wire cutters, my pliers, wrench set, socket set, everything fits nicely in this bag. Everything that I need for recovery, from my tow straps to my tree savers to snatch blocks, all fit in this bag right over here. And for that reason, works perfect. It cleared open all of this space. Now for me, these bags are only going to be used conditionally, and pretty much what I equate that to is if I'm doing any sort of long trip overlanding in which I have the hard top on the Jeep, I will have these on here for storage saving purposes. But one of the reasons why this is not going to be a consistent use for me, when you're off-roading, this thing, because it only is attached here and at the top, moves around an awful lot. It's banging against the Jeep all the time. It's not that it's hurting the Jeep, because it's actually only hitting the tub of the Jeep. It's not hitting the fiberglass or the top or anything. So really, it's just annoying. It's not damaging the Jeep. One of the main reasons why this is not going to be a consistent use for me, if you've seen my other videos, when it gets to be warm around March, April, May or so, my hardtop comes off and I store it inside my garage. If you haven't seen that video, you can watch that video right over here. But my hardtop comes off, and then I put a really nice deck cover on here. My Jeep goes through a conversion, and there's a really nice deck cover that comes across, and these now sit way below the deck cover, which means these are now going to have to be stored inside the Jeep because my deck cover will not cover it. So for that reason alone, these are only going to be conditional storage pouches for me, only when I'm doing long overlanding trips in which I need the space and this hard top goes onto the car. Then my pouches go on. Now, one of the things that's on the agenda for 2023 is I am building a full in-kitchen for the back of the Jeep. If you've seen my last videos, you know I sleep inside my Jeep, so doing a DIY custom kitchen for the back is very necessary. So make sure you follow the channel, subscribe, so you don't miss that build out. See you guys in the next video.